babies looking for food, starvation, the recipe, people subdued. When the people you trust got it in for you. Deceit is the word of the day and every clue. Don't let it go, it's from the days of old. Time is up, but some still do not know. Can I make up my mind? Is it worth the dime? Do I have to take a minute just to make it mine? Life's never fair, but don't listen to the TV. Go out and take a listen to the streets with the people in the slums and the homeless bums with degrees and degrees sitting under a tree. It's not easy in the world for the poor man, the one that brought you to reality. See, they don't want you to know about the black sheep, leaving 7 roads to the 12 families all around the globe with an ancient code. Is it really asking a lot to say a debt old? Cause we sitting on the earth looking back at extinct, that I ain't about to blink, but I documented for the world what I see and think. Feel we on the call and up and we on the break. All Congress gonna do is waste paper and ink. Vote or die, you voted and you'll die. You can have it both ways, can't say it's a lie. You can march all you want, but they playing you wrong. They only understand war, it's the same old song. They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. War, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. Like a lotus coming out of the mud with colors, I create envy in those with power but jealous. I unify the poor with my song, the hell with the others. Descended the way they treat indigenous brothers, cause I understand we link forever. They try to hate us even though that we keep it together. I'm not talking about controlling the air or the weather, I'm talking about maintaining the truth, the high endeavor. A rebel drops bombs in the midst of trouble. The free world counterattack and now there's double, but nature gets the shit in the way to settle. If you stop the machines for a minute you might hear, but they won't cause the TV's whisper in the ear. And capitalism has eyes that don't tear, and they cloud up and get crazy and won't stare. And like an ad, it's hard to get an ass to listen. Living like this is like living in prison. It's hard to keep hope when you're living in prison. The spiritual thoughts, so yes, the mental prison. The outside, yes, it's got to get through. Something's gotta die, so something here can live. Your life is nothing if you got nothing to give. Keeping the spiritual, yes, disguised as religion. Controlling your mind, the mental prison. They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. War, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. Yes, it is the 29th, and you know, things are strange. Let me know if the audio is good, folks. Let me know the audio is good. If the audio is good, put a 1 in the chat for me. What's up, MV? Yeah. Now, these are strange times. You know, what can I say? If you don't know these are strange times, then I don't know what to say about your mindset, especially if you're American, if you're in the U.S., if you're, you know, considering life in the U.S. and considering what the U.S.'s quote unquote allies, NATO allies are saying, you would know these are very strange times indeed, you know. And wow, I wish these weren't the strangest of times, but they absolutely are the most strangest of times. And in fact, these times are not even, you know, if you ever thought you were in a more consequential time before, forget that time.
you're in a consequential, time right now. There won't be another more consequential time in the next, if it's not a natural disaster or a meteor hitting Earth, this is it. So pay attention. And, I think people need to understand that they may not be hearing. If you look to legacy media is not going to tell you it's emergency, you're in danger, or anything like that. That would be like depending on the people that got the tax break to tell you the truth, right? When obviously, they care about that tax break a little more than they care about the truth in a situation, and you have to be smart enough yourself to apply some normal, everyday rational thinking to your life and your politic right now, because it is wild. Now, people need to understand that they're in danger. Your life is in danger. And when you start hearing European allies express that they see the US as a danger, as American citizens, you have to understand your life might also be in danger by the same party that they see as a danger. you know and things are progressing very interestingly, but like I was saying before, and I've been saying this the whole time, slow walking people to the disaster is a tactic. It's definitely a tactic. Slow walking, I'm not saying that's what you're in, but I'm saying, slow walking is a tactic. It's definitely a tactic of war. It's quite Machiavellian. So you have to understand that the pieces fall together slowly. You know what I mean? Piece by piece, maybe in an irrational or in a chaotic manner, or in a manner that keeps you too busy to figure out when the hammer is about to drop. Um, you know, Keep you moving around the board, over here, over there a little bit, anywhere else except where the hammer is about to drop. But sooner or later, the hammer is about to drop. And my suggestion is calmly and in an orderly fashion, people on the left need to start becoming responsible gun owners. Responsible gun owners. That is, if you're living in a state where you can register to have a weapon in your home or more than one weapon, it might be a good idea to go to the gun range and learn how to practice and get your license, because these are unprecedented times. Just as your First Amendment right to freedom of speech is being challenged, at some point, your right to have a weapon will be too. Think about that. That's just another little check off of the Constitution. Somebody can figure out a way to deny you right at the right time. You see? So my advice is calmly go out there and get your license, and protect your homes. Get ready. People on the left, there are violent people that hate you. And they, for whatever reason, it's always been like this pretty much in history. The wealthy do not care what happens to the poor and the less unfortunate, unfortunately, you see. So just keep that in mind. Now, what else was I going to say? That's a terrible beginning, but I just want to put that out there, because everything else that I play, you might hear more milder warnings, and that's the reason why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it, because I'm hearing stuff, but I don't think people are taking the messages seriously from the people that they hear stuff from. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to do an update. And once again, like and subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, take a second to like the video. It helps the algorithm. It helps more people see the feed. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe to get in the chat. It only takes you 1 minute and it's free. Now, just to do a little update before we get started on yesterday, there was a mention about this shooting in Minneapolis, Minnesota, right? In Minnesota? Was it in Minneapolis? Well, in Minnesota. Yeah, and they last reported yesterday that it was what is it? I guess you could say a person that identifies a transsexual woman, right? You could say that, right? A trans woman, and I guess that's what the just to be exact, right, and correct. That shot these kids, that took a shot at this Catholic church. And at that time, they didn't know. They didn't know the motive. They didn't have any idea about the motive at that time. So they say, and I believe that because the news was coming out rapidly. But the one thing that somebody pointed out to me was that it was a transsexual, and I said, I didn't know what difference that makes myself. That's exactly what I said, because a right winger, or not even a right winger, but a mass shooter can be any type of person. To be honest with you, it's really, that would be the least thing I was worried about, is how the person identified. But now we know, not only did the person identify that way, but there's other things that they know now for sure. And let's just take a little listen before we get into the main focus of today.
That's a really important question. The short.
Wait a second. Is it dragging? 2 seconds. Let me fix that real quick. 1 2 1 2. Let me just check the audio. 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. Now here we go. Let's take a listen to this again.
The short answer is the settlement question. The short answer is the settlement does not necessarily criminals.
Oh, wait a second. Okay, 2 seconds. That's